We are going to begin tonight with that new AstraZeneca vaccine, which now appears to not only prevent people from getting severely ill from coronavirus, it may also slow the spread of it. Researchers say that's a game changer, making it the only vaccine capable of reducing transmission. They say that's different than other approved shots, which stop people from getting sick themselves, but don't stop them from infecting others. And while it is hopeful news, it could still be months before the vaccine is approved here in the U.S. And it comes just as the CDC is projecting as many as 84,000 more Americans will be killed by the virus this month. Though the agency says there are some encouraging signs that new infections are starting to drop across the country. The CDC's director said today she's also confident that schools can begin to reopen, even if teachers aren't fully vaccinated. And that's sparking a firestorm among educators. And in a sign that even the most basic American traditions haven't been spared by the pandemic, tonight the president's medical advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci, is warning that Super Bowl parties could become super spreader events. And he's urging Americans to please only watch the big game with family members they live with. But we've got a lot of new reporting tonight for you and your family. Our team is standing by. CBS's Meg Oliver is going to lead off our coverage tonight from New York City. Good evening, Meg.
Good evening, Nora. Today, vaccinations resumed at mega sites like this one in New York City after that monster storm forced them to reschedule thousands of shots. It's just the latest challenge complicating the vaccine distribution nationwide.
Tonight, signs of a vaccine breakthrough. Researchers in the UK saying the AstraZeneca vaccine may slow the transmission of COVID, and a single dose is 76% effective. It's still not available here in the U.S. It's in late-stage trials, but has not been approved by the FDA. Former CDC Director Tom Frieden.
How quickly could that arrive in the U.S.?
The AstraZeneca company has not provided the kind of transparent information that the other companies have, but it has some very favorable characteristics.
Meanwhile, pressure is building to reopen schools. Today, San Francisco filed suit against its own school board, demanding in-person learning as quickly as possible. Schools have been remote only since last March. In Chicago, a looming showdown, with the city pressuring its teachers' union to get back to the classroom now. Half of all states are now giving teachers priority to get vaccinated, but the CDC's director is saying no shots required.
That vaccination of teachers is not a prerequisite for safe reopening of schools.
There's also a rollout backlog. The U.S. has distributed 56 million doses of the vaccine. Less than 34 million have been administered. CVS, the latest chain to announce in-store vaccines. The U.S. is shipping 1 million vaccines next week to 6,500 pharmacies. That's barely 154 doses per store. 8% of Americans have now gotten their first shot, but reaching minority communities remains a vaccine roadblock.
So are they vaccinating enough people of color?
We really need to do much better. Unfortunately, Black Americans are getting vaccinated at only about half the rate of white Americans. That needs to improve.
People are dying. My patients are dying. My colleagues are dying. Pressure, heart rate.
Dr. Jerry Abraham serves in one of LA's most neglected communities. Lines form at 3 a.m. to register in person.
They don't understand that grandma and grandpa don't even have an email address, much less a phone. Those should not be the barriers that stand between you and access to a vaccine.
In response to the CDC's statement that teachers aren't required to have the vaccine to safely return in person, tonight the president of the nation's largest teachers union says she's advocating for vaccines and rapid tests as game changers for classroom safety. Nora?
Meg Oliver with that new reporting. Thank you.